Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Party of Two, where one married couple takes on a world of gods and monsters. I am your GM for this season and arc of our story of the Scions.
And he's killing it!
Yeah, a Pathfinder 2nd edition actual play show. And yeah, we have got, there's a lot that's happening and a lot that could happen, and it's one of those...
Weston's freaking out a little bit,
It's one of those sessions to where you're like, okay, this content could take 3 sessions or 1 session. It kind of depends on what happens.
That's very true.
And so, whenever that happens, you're like, at least for me, I'm a preparer, so I then over-prepare.
You're a prepper, babe. You're a prepper.
So my whole day of the day after, Thanksgiving, everyone's out getting their Black Friday deals. I am here planning maps and counters, lore, and everything else.
Well, my Black Friday consisted of getting my hair done and going online.
And it looks beautiful.
Bundles. Thank you. So my hair did.
I think that light's a little bright up there.
You think it's too light? Right?
I think so.
You're the one.
I'll
you're
jump
closer.
I'll jump over just a second.
I'm like, it's harder for me to go turn that down. Anyway.
Do you want to let them know about the special thing that will be happening next Friday? Because we're going to be doing something slightly different next Friday. You want to tell them?
Yes. So let's chat for just a second, you guys, about our schedule for next week. So I have a really awesome opportunity to be a part of a charity stream where a whole bunch of us from the community are going to be getting together. And we're going to be playing for charity.
Yay,
so
charity.
Any of the money that is donated bits or actual donations or anything like that are going to be donated to a hospital, early life,
Can't remember.
something. Anyway, but it's a children's hospital, and it's a really awesome organization. It's something that is really needed for those of you. Actually, none of you know this because I've never told you guys this before, but my nephew died a week before his first birthday from a genetic disorder that was going to kill him no matter what. It was just like a ticking time bomb, which was really, really rough. And the people at the Children's Hospital here in Utah were absolutely incredible. And so I wanted to give back. And so when I found out about this charity, I was like, okay, cool. I'm on board. Let's do it. So that is going to be Friday. We're going to be hosting that here. But it will be over on the Bards and Brews channel live. So if you want to go head over there and say hi and whatnot, we will be hosting it. But you can't actually donate unless you're on the live stream.
Okay.
On their side. So
what's the channel one more time?
It's Bards and Brews.
Bards and Brews. So you get some drinks, listen to some songs.
I don't know. It's a dungeon crawl, and the idea is that we're all gonna die.
Do you know anything about your character yet?
I'm playing Izzy.
Oh, you're playing Izzy.
She is my one-shot girl. Her name is Izzy. She is 5'2", and she is got long blonde hair, and it's very curly, a little bit like mine, except it's natural. And she fights with a giant warhammer.
She's a warhammer now? She used to have a
it used to be a great sword, but now it's a warhammer. It's a giant warhammer. It's almost as big as she is. But yeah, so she's my alter ego whenever I do one shots and stuff like that. I absolutely adore her. But yeah, so that's going to be on Friday. Then the next Friday it'll be normal, and then the Friday after that, Weston and I are going to be on vacation in California, and so we will not be going live at all that day.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do not trust the internet in a hotel room to be able to handle a stream.
Why?
Why
wouldn't you?
I don't know. So yeah, that quick reminder. So this upcoming Friday, and will probably be a good idea. We'll put this in our schedule on the channel. That's what it's called, right? It's a thing.
Yes, the schedule.
I'm still dealing with a turkey coma.
We're guys. Honestly, we're in kind of a weird mood today. I'll be totally honest. It's a little different. Anyway, Weston, why don't you tell our lovely followers and viewers of tonight's episode what they can do to affect and change our game?
Well, you lovely viewers, you will have the opportunity throughout this stream to affect the encounters, the combat, the different situations. First off, for 500 channel points, you can award a hero point. Hero points allow for one reroll of one of our characters. You can decide who you award it to, either Aas or Ana, or any other person that they're working with,
or any of the NPCs.
Any NPC that's attached to that, or you can, for 1,000, you can award a villain point. You think that the fight's just going a little too easy for our heroes? Well, give the monster a chance to re-roll that d20 and hit when they wouldn't before.
It's true.
And if you really want to make things interesting for the DM and throw a little curveball at me, for 1,500, you can decide, hey, I want you to name something with this name. And then I got to come up with something that gets named that. So it's an NPC, a tavern, a store, something like that in-world that you can affect. There is also bits for, I think it was 100 bits. You can give a +2 on a roll, which in Pathfinder is huge because you crit with a 10+. Yep. So they hit by +8 and you give a +2, then all of a sudden that's a crit. And then for 700, you can provide an environmental effect. Environmental effects are me making up something cool that you get to affect this combat. So suddenly you want to change up the whole environment. This would be the equivalent in D&D of a lair effect happening once that suddenly just changes things for the fight.
Yeah.
So those are all different ways that you can affect the play here on this session.
It's very cool. So do it. If you want to screw with Weston as a DM, please do the lair effect. I just want to see what he does with that.
Because we like epic music, John. Is it loud?
Is it really loud? We didn't do a mix check before we started. If it's too loud, we can turn it down.
Didn't quite have a chance for...
Turn on the music, babe.
Jeez. This is an epic story and an epic stream.
Epic
John.
story and an epic stream about epic people. Okay, that is now dead. Anyway.
How are we doing now, John?
25% or 40% of where it is. Is that better? Tell us if that's better.
So, yeah, we did not have a chance today with all the runaround. You'd think with having us not working today, it would be like...
No, today was ridiculous.
So... Oh, yeah, you can actually hear us now.
Oh, that's so good. This is why I love doing this live, because then people can tell us when it's too loud or too soft or whatever. It's super fun. Thank you so much, John.
All right.
Okay, so two other things really quick. We're still doing VODs. The VODs are going out on on Tuesdays for the Friday episode, and we are still releasing TTRPG news on Wednesday as a VOD as well. If you're interested in seeing the entire conversation for Monday nights, let us know, because we haven't been releasing the entire episode, just the TTRPG news. So
yeah,
if you want to see the entire episode with the main discussion and whatnot, please let us know. We have some really great things coming up. There's going to be some really cool discussions, including with Jake from GameGearMaster.com is coming back on to talk with us.
We got another manual coming out. So we actually, I believe it's
next week. Next Monday.
Whoa, already.
I know. Next Monday.
No, it's
2
a week.
Mondays.
2 Mondays from now. So it's a week from Monday.
Yeah.
It's on the 6th because they've got another manual coming out for their modular floor tiles. I have watched some videos on this. The manual's not ready yet, but it looks really cool.
It is super, super exciting.
Like, you want to change up anything, like you want a truly modular system. Because right now, once you build your base, you're kind of stuck with that base.
Yeah.
But with these, you can change everything up. I have not had a chance to play with them yet. I'm very excited to play with those.
Yeah,
and we'll see.
So we're going to be talking with Jake about that in 2 weeks. But we've also got a couple of other people that I am getting lined up right now, including some dice makers and some miniature painters who, that's what they do, to come on and talk to us about building miniatures and painting them and possibly 3D printing them and kind of that whole process, as well as dice makers. I'm working on some things, you guys. There are going to be some really cool people on our show for Mondays. Anyway, that's Monday's show and not today's show, but yeah. Oh, I love that song. I'm not going to sing it right now because I'm really tired, but I do love that song. No trouble.
No, we need treble. If we didn't have any treble in this, it would sound really weird.
It would sound weird. Anyway, so the other announcement that I wanted to make is that we are currently have a coffee. We have a coffee shop up right now for
So it's not Ko-Fi?
It's technically coffee.
But we don't do coffee.
Because their whole thing is like buy them a coffee. That's like their gag.
But you can buy me Coke.
You can buy us a Coke.
I don't drink coffee.
Drink coffee, but we drink
Coke. You
Coke.
can always go on our coffee and buy me Coke.
Yes, do that. No, but not the kind that not that kind of Coke.
It's got to be diet.
It's got to be diet. Anyway, oh my gosh, we were super tangenty tonight. We are currently selling these coasters. They are handmade by me. I make them from 100% bamboo wood with vinyl lettering, and I finish them with a satin finish, which is really nice and beautiful and wonderful. Yes. Those are currently available on the coffee, as well as my adorable little magnets.
They're adorable.
Hold on. Where are they?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, they're literally sitting right in front of me. These little magnets, which are super fun and adorable, and I love making them. They're also made out of wood, and there's a little D20, a D1, and a little dragon, because it's wonderful. Wow. Anyway, so those are all available on Ko-fi. Coffee. Yeah, that. So it's ko-fi.com/party-of-2rpg. What is wrong with my brain tonight? I'm going to put the link in the chat.
Wonderful.
And I think that's everything that we have, and we should probably get going so that Anna can take over and actually know what she's doing.
I don't think Anna will have any idea what she's doing.
Anna knows exactly what she's doing all the time. You just don't like it half the time.
I wouldn't quite say that, but yeah. All right. Is there any other announcements that we have for tonight's stream?
I don't think so.
Okay, guys. Let's get ready then for tonight's episode of Party of Two. And if I can reach it, I will roll the intro. No triumphant music right now.
I like joyful and triumphant music. We should switch to Christmas music.
No.
Christmas music.
We're going to get serious here.
We're getting serious.
So, last time, Ana and Aas have been abducted by Arthur, the leader of the Hell Knights. What? You don't like my dramatic voice? Well, we're going to have a fun night tonight, everybody. Whoa, it's going to be fun.
You guys, I swear we've not been drinking. We don't drink either. So, this is just me being really weird. Okay.
So, you were kidnapped and knocked out by the leader of the Nightwing organization. Mm-hmm. You met Arthur, an interesting individual. Ana, he tried to be cordial. Ana was having none of it. You knocked us out. You knocked out my dog. I'm pissed.
That was Ana. That was him trying to be Ana.
But they were. Arthur led them through one of his drug houses, it appeared to be, to a room where there stored were a bunch of his men, all laid out on the floor, exact same symptoms as what you had seen in the warehouse. You then, as helped you broker somewhat of a deal.
Yeah, where Anna's mouth almost got her killed.
Yeah. But you made a deal to where he would leave you alone and leave Aas alone if you helped him to figure out why all of his men are dropping dead. Yeah. Which, since you're already doing this for the torrent And for the people, you agreed to help. Disease is known as the... What?
He's naming the flautist a disease. He would like to have you include a disease named the flautist.
All right, I can tell you one thing. I can't name that disease the flautist. It actually has
You're like, it has an actual
But
name.
you know what? We'll throw that in there. I will throw that in some way.
Just for you, John.
Just for you.
And thank you for spending your channel points on that.
The flautist. I'm going to have to have fun with that.
Freaking love it.
I know how to work this in, John. Just you wait. Flatus.
Flatus? Oh, there's no ow. It's just flatus, not flautus.
No, it's that they fell. They're flat us.
Okay.
So.
I got you.
You then you got dropped off at home, went to bed, and were awakened very abruptly by the Knights of the Silver Torrent pounding on your door because they heard about you being abducted. And
they were coming to save us.
They wanted to make sure you were okay. You told them about what was going on, and they've definitely offered their help in any way that they can. You then went to gather some information. You went to the academy, found out that the creature, I forgot to mention that, the creature that visited you during the night
was a hag.
Hag
shows up over my bed.
Yep.
Trying to kill me.
And you gathered a little bit of information about hags. You then went and spoke to Rogers and with Dominic Haltero and found out that there is some type of ancient power source evil thing below the cemetery that the Silver Ravens previously had dealt with and had blocked off the entranceway. But they continued to keep a guard there just in case. At this moment, they don't know of anything that's happening, but that is for you to find out. You have gotten permission to go to the cemetery, and you are continuing to just gather information. In a couple of days, you have, at this point, 3 days to figure out what you're going to do and then head down into the sewers, where Arthur will lead you, and you will be allowed to bring some additional help down into the sewers to fight whatever's down there. And that is where we'll start tonight's episode. So Anna, last you and Az had just gotten your permission to go into the cemetery whenever you'd like to. You're knocking over stuff on the table.
Sorry.
You had a couple of different options before you. Do you remember what your option, what you were looking at the options being?
No,
didn't think so. Quick reminder for you.
Sorry.
I know at the moment you were looking at, there's definitely getting the help from the torrent. What exactly you want from them?
We decided we weren't going to do the guards.
You had contemplated going and finding out more about the Sacred Order of Archivists. Possibly talking with the matron at the
Victor Cora.
The family, yes.
The family that was in charge of the
noble family.
The Sacred Order of Archivists.
Yes. You had contemplated going to the Temple of Pharasma and finding out, see if there's some more info you could get about this temple that was dedicated to a fallen psychopath. You had also thought about going to the cemetery to gather information there. Those were 3 different areas that you had contemplated going in order to try and gather more information with the limited time you have before you need to journey into the depths.
Okay.
Any other questions you have before you get started? A lot happened the last session.
No, I think I'm good.
All right. You were just leaving the guardhouse, having given the permission that you got from Haltero to Rogers, so that way he could show, okay, my butt's safe.
Yeah.
If you go into
go to the cemetery.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna, as we're walking away, I'm going to look at Az and say, okay, so we went to the academy and we got the information that we needed to about the hags. Should we go, now knowing what we know about this, like, evil thing?
The hags.
Well, the hags, but they said that he kind of indicated, Dominic indicated that there was something more. There was something else down there other than just these hags. It might be something, the reason the hags are there to begin with. There's something that's attracted them.
Was there, he mentioned there was this structure, some power, some...
yes, because they broke the doorway essentially to get in somewhere. The silver torrent or the silver ravens did.
Ravens, yes, those the ones that helped free Ravenel. So do we? I find it strange. I do wonder. This temple is not in the sewers. If it was, someone would have mentioned it. Arthur would have mentioned it.
No, and that's why it's probably underneath the...
Whoa, Souls is cashing in some major points.
Oh my gosh. Souls, what are you doing?
So, Souls, you can decide who you want those villain points to go to. Do you
Souls,
want all
are you just
three?
trying to use all of your hero points right, or your channel points right now?
He wants to load you up. Do you want to give all those to Ana? Do you want to give one of them to Az?
Who are you giving it to? Well, the villain gets one.
Villain gets one. Yep, I got that. In my back pocket.
Thanks, Souls. Yeah, Souls, let us know who you want to get those hero points, if it's Ana or Az, or both, one of each, and then one for someone else. Anyway, but thank you so much. So, I think we probably should go to the Sacred Order of Archivists, or at the very least, go visit the Victor Cora family to find out what we might be able to know about the power that's down there, the darkness, if it's a creature or if it's a like spiritual entity or something like that.
Oh, okay. I'm interested.
Do you think?
I'm interested in what this group is. What?
I am too.
I have not heard them.
I hadn't either.
And no one's mentioned them before this.
No, so they're either incredibly secretive or they don't actually do anything anymore.
Those are both options.
Mm-hmm. So let's do that. Let's go Vict. Dominic seemed to think that, or who, I don't remember who said it. But
do you know where this
the
family...
Victor Cora family, they said it was by or in the Green District. Are we very far?
They are noble district. We're in the Green District right now.
No, but are we like walking away?
We just started walking away from the guardhouse. We hadn't left the Green District yet or anything like that.
Okay. I'm going to turn around then and go back to the Green District, the guards.
Okay.
And are you serious?
What?
Weston, I put you in charge of one thing.
How did that happen?
Hold on a second, guys. Thank you, Souls, for letting me know that. We're going to switch the cameras really quick. Anyway. So let's just chat a minute. How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
No, you can... I'll have this done real fast.
Okay. Weston's going to have this done real fast.
Done.
Done and done. Look at that. Thank you, Souls.
Thank you.
For letting us know that it was wrong. So I'm going to turn around to one of the guards and say, you there, person.
Yes, what can I do for you?
I need to go speak with a member of the Victor Cora family. Can you point me a direction of their home or estate?
Yes, there are 2 estates down.
2 down?
Yes, on this side.
Okay, fantastic, thank you. And I'm going to kind of just grab Az and we're walking that way.
Is there any problems?
No. Should there be?
No, just... We fought more big things since you guys came around than ever before, and so we're just starting to wonder...
Look, we're not bad omens. It's totally fine. I just need to speak with someone from the Victor Cora family.
Down.
Okay, thank you very much.
2 states down.
Yes, we're not bad people. We're just... All right, we're just moving on now. Just grumbling as we walk away. But going over to the Victor estate, we're just going to kind of walk down the road to get to them.
All right.
With Bruce just kind of like sniffing the ground and goes over to one of the benches and pees a little bit and then comes back over to me.
So you travel, you walk down the street. You get down 2 states farther down, another walled area.
Synth night, have fun at the dentist.
Yes. Very much in the same style as all the rest of the houses here.
Big, opulent.
Big, opulent. You do notice that the colors are, they're accents of reds and golds.
Okay.
Throughout the house. Flags, the banners and flags that you'd see are in reds and golds, signifying the house.
Okay. So I want to go in or go up to the main gate, the house, the door.
There is a gate at the front, and there are 2 guards standing. Watch
Okay.
of the guard.
I'm going to approach the one that's closest to us.
Hello there. What business brings you?
Hi, we need to speak with a member of the Victor family.
And you are?
I am Andoriana of Andoriana, and this is us. And this is our writ from the Domina.
The Domina?
Yes. I hand him the writ.
What is this?
Let him pull out of my bag.
So he's going to look at the writ. So, okay. Wait, are you the ones that fought the creatures in the guardhouse down there?
Yes.
Well, pleasure. And he hands you back the writ.
Thank you.
Well, the Sir Rexus is in. Let me 1 moment.
Okay.
And he runs back. You wait about 5 or so minutes. The other guard standing there is looking at the 2 of you, kind of sizing you up, kind of being like, "These are the ones." Like,
Like, do I? Can I kind of tell what he's thinking a little bit here with this face?
I think so.
With his face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
Okay. As he's turning to look at me, though, I'm just gonna look at him and say, "It's a much harder swing than I look." And Bruce likes to bite people.
No, he puts his little spear kind of like down across his
between
legs,
his legs.
kind of like watching, like, don't try and bite my ankles or something like that.
Or other precious parts
Or
of
other
my
precious
body.
parts of your body. A couple minutes later, and a tall,
Hi, Sylvie.
tall gentleman in the garb of a chamberlain comes walking up. Yes, what? You are interested in seeing the Lord of the House.
If the Lord of the House is the one we need to speak to about the archivists, then yes.
The what?
The archivists?
Oh, you want to find out about the order?
Yes, we need to speak with someone about that.
I believe he can. If it is in regards to the order, he can see someone at this time. Let me take you to a waiting room.
Thank you.
And he will. We're happy to have you here too, Carney. But they leads you through the entrance. You see that once you get inside, you see that the opulence dies down a little bit. It's not as so gaudy on the inside as it was on the out.
Does it look like not gaudy, like it's gone to seed, not gaudy, or not gaudy as in like a design choice?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
So give me a society check.
Just as I put my notebook on top of my dice tray. Oh,
Yep,
sorry,
just
guys.
that.
Sorry about that. All right, first roll of the night.
First rolls.
Ooh, I'm doing society.
Yes.
Okay, that was a 16. And my society, I believe I have society. Oh, I have no society. I have a 16.
All right. Az leans over to you and just kind of whispers in your ear. the Victor Coro family was in a bit of decline in regards to the House of Thrune, but have begun to reestablish themselves recently.
Okay.
I read it in the book.
Oh.
The Commerce of Kintargo.
Oh, that weird, that one book that,
I bought from Michael, yes.
Yes, that Michael asked for back.
Yes. I gave it back.
Did you ever give it
I
back
gave
to
that
him?
back, yes.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yes, last time we were there for breakfast, I gave it.
Oh, okay. All right, fantastic.
Thank you. Oh, we followed.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Yes. Frick.
You can't read it.
I can't even read. Hold on. Let me go look at it. I can't. Thank you for the follow.
Last does things.
There we go. There's Weston
I'm
finding
glad
it.
they
There
did-
it is. Last does things. Or East does things.
East does
I
things.
asked does things. Okay, you guys, we do this every time somebody follows. I mess with the name 50,000 times. Tell us how to say your name. All right. So do you think they actually they fell on kind of hard times?
They were out of favor, but
Oh, that kind of hard times. Okay.
yes,
That
but
makes sense.
they are, from what I understand, they are recovering.
Okay. Well, that's good then, isn't it?
And they lead you to this, waiting room. It's nice. Again, not gaudy. But also, I would have you roll a.
We are very welcome that you're happy that you are here as well. Thank you for coming. I'm in a weird mood tonight, just so you all know.
You want to roll me a religion check?
Yes, I would love to roll you a religion check. To 12?
I know you have religion.
I do. I got my religion. That's a 9, so that's a 21.
21. And Az is aiding you, and he got a 29.
Oh,
So he
okay.
also helped.
Joel,
Really?
come
Yeah,
on.
Often
Be nice.
happens. But you also know that if they support the Sacred Order of Archivists, which is a order of lawful good, but very orderly. These are very much, this is your stereotyped like Buddhist monk type order.
Mm-hmm.
They are not into gaudy. They are not into the material. They are
Okay.
into the perfection of self, is very much what the religion is about. So you would also know that generally if they're supporting an order that is of that deity, they're not going to be
Very
gaudy.
gaudy. Okay.
So after you wait just a short time, you see a man is about early middle years, so 30s or so. What?
There's a code that's still active for our watch party.
How is that active?
I
we'll
have
turn that
no
off later.
idea.
Ignore that. We don't have a watch party right now. Although we
I
should
don't know, we
start
could
doing
do
them for Wheel
one.
of Time.
We could do one for Wheel of Time.
We should. We watch them every time.
We do.
But younger gentleman, he probably about his 30s, which I guess I call that young now since I am 30.
I know. You're in your late 30s.
I'm in my late 30s. Brown, dark brown hair, almost black, with a goatee, and a bit of a roguish grin on him.
Ooh.
He has a walking cane that he has, you notice, not because he needs it to help him walk, but because he saunters a little bit with it as he walks. He is wearing a red and gold robe over well-designed clothing, very much in fashion.
Okay.
But you also notice, again, there are less frills than you would expect, than you see on many of the nobility. You've seen him actually. You saw this individual at the ball.
Okay.
He was there, although you did not have a chance to interact with him then. And he walks up into the room. Ah, yes. What can I do for you?
Hello. I'm Andoriana, and this is Az. I'm gonna point to Az.
I saw you I saw you at the ball. I've not seen you.
Were you there for
Also,
the first
someone
dance?
similar.
Oh, I forgot.
But yes, I've seen you. The Domina you were guests of hers.
Yes, we had the wonderful privilege of being favored by the Domino when we first came here. We have a question for you?
Yes.
We have a question for you. We recently became aware of the Order of the Archivists. What are you looking at?
Nothing.
You keep looking around.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It is an issue of mine. I have a hard time focusing on faces.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Well, we were recently became familiar with the Order of the Archivists, and we were wondering if we could ask you a few questions.
The Order, yes, of course. That was a thing kind of handed down to me.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was the one who was a big believer in the group. The Order, they have a number of different locations. They believe in the preserving of knowledge without bias, without propaganda.
I can imagine that is a very difficult thing to find.
That is why the Bracili Thrun was not a fan. The House of Thrun did not like them, and most nobility prefer to put on a good face, if you would say.
Yes, I can imagine. So, do you mind? Are we still standing
Yes.
in the waiting area? Do you mind if we sit and have this discussion in a more comfortable area? Since
Yes. Oh,
okay.
of course. Sorry.
No, it's
let
fine.
us come over here.
I have a feeling this might be a long conversation standing here in the doorways.
Let us go. And you watch as you're walking. He has the cane, and you notice he moves the cane a lot, but not in any way that is needed movements.
He's just moving it.
He fiddles. You notice him fiddling a little bit.
Okay.
As you walk through, he leads you into a small study. There is a desk, 2 chairs. Again, all of it very well made. But there is definitely a utilitarian feel in it. And he sits down in it.
I'm terribly sorry. I'm quite rude. But did we happen to catch your name?
I am Rexus.
Rexus, okay.
Rexus Victor. I am now the head of the house.
Okay. Hold on. Anna's totally cool with this. I have to write this down. Okay. So, Rexus, the reason that we have come to kind of discuss this with you is we became entangled, as it were, with a few organizations within the city, both above board and below.
As
and just kind of, I know. It's okay. I'm not gonna say anything.
below?
Yes, but we've become entangled in something that seems to have a history. And we were wondering if we could possibly have access to one of the archivists or find out if we could get some information or get an audience with them, and you were who we were sent to. There seems to be a centralization of evil. I'm gonna look at Az and kind of be like, is that the word we should be using
As
here?
you go to him, we are looking for information about the old cemetery in old Kintargo.
Much better.
Well, yes, well, you have 2 options available. You can always go to their location. They actually have their main base of operations there in the Red Roof District. But I also, I actually just stepped away. The High Priestess of Aurori is here. She's down in my library right now looking at doing some research and such.
The High Priestess is here?
Yes, she happens to... she's here doing some works, reading some books from them my mother had. If you would like to, I can bring her up.
Absolutely. Actually, that would be perfect. If you could do that, I would very much like to meet her and speak with her.
And you see, he turns around, kind of snaps his fingers, and then starts waving really big. Gustav! 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 And all of a sudden, the Chamberlain that you saw before comes over. Yes, good sir. Could you get the priestess? And he's like, yes, good sir.
I feel like you're channeling someone right now.
And
I
so
can't totally figure out who it is, though.
He walks off, and Rexus turns back to you. Yes, she should be able to help us with whatever questions you have. They have a great wealth of knowledge and are not... They don't care who it helps or hurts. They think all knowledge is good to be shared.
Rexus, are you alone in this large house? Or is there anyone that lives here with you?
Some of my siblings still, stay here from time to time. Not currently married. Are you interested?
That was not even remotely what I meant. I apologize if I gave that impression.
He's like, don't worry, don't. Please, I'm not the most formal person.
I have gathered that.
So relax. The formality. I did not plan on becoming the head of the house for a long time, and then my mother passed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Issues with the secession.
Oh. I'm sorry.
So
about that.
I did not expect it. My siblings did not expect it. They expected that one of them would grow to the point and my mother would say, give it to them instead of me. I don't really like the whole being in charge thing. But this is where I am.
I understand that.
So, as we'll acknowledge, it does seem that the house has done well under your rule.
Yep, I'm going to agree with that on that.
So, thank you. Well, the Sacred Order has a lot of knowledge, and some people are willing to pay handsomely for rare information.
So if you were, not always, but like, is this something that you actually enjoy doing? With like the order and being in charge of that? And
I believe in what my mother started.
And that was?
In keeping the order running. The order was almost gone, but now they have chapters in multiple countries.
That's really good. Do they have one in Taltor?
Yes, they do.
Do they have one in Cheliax?
No. Not officially.
Not officially?
Well, they are hiding, I'm sure, in some places.
This might be an incredibly... well, this just might be a question you may not be able to answer, but would the archives have access to information such as is not really a delicate way to put this, but in the slave trade in Cheliax, or those who...
I mean, if they have the documents, then they could. They gather documents of all types.
Is there any way to find out if... I'm looking for someone in particular. I lost track of her when I was young, and I know she was put into some type of...
The head priestess would know.
Okay.
I am not a scholar.
You're just in charge.
I have the money. I have the pus. And
you foot the bill.
I foot the bill.
That makes sense.
They have the knowledge. And after a moment, you do see the Chamberlain walking up, leading a tall, very distinguished elven woman. Long, dark brown hair. With pale skin, and you see golden eyes. Golden irises. And she walks up. Rexus, what, I was asked to come. They said that there was something interesting you wanted to speak about. Yes. Come, Auntie. Sorry, I've known her for my whole life. So, these individuals... Flip my stuff. These individuals have some information they wanted to ask about. Where was it?
The cemetery in Old Kintargo.
That!
And I gotta stand up and kind of like to present myself because I have a feeling she's a little bit more formal than Rexus is.
Does very, very distinguished air about
and I'm
her.
Gonna do a slight militaristic bow to her, just little, not like a full domina bow, just a little one.
You watch as she places both hands and gives a very solemn bow. Not anything like the courtly bows, just a very solemn one. Oh, so sorry.
I am Andoriana, and this is my companion, Aas. We would like to speak with you about the cemetery in Old Kintargo and what the Silver Ravens might have locked away down there.
Oh.
We've become entangled in something that might involve that.
Well, we do have some knowledge of the history. I myself remember when the Ravens came and did all that.
May I ask your name?
Yes, I am Silas. Or Silas, sorry. S-I-L-S. I am Silas. Worrell.
Wora?
W-O-R-E-L. Silas Worrell. I have been the High Priestess of Aurora here for a very long time.
I can imagine, and kind of look at her ears.
Mm-hmm. This information is sensitive. She looks over at Rexus. Are we sure this is something we should be divulging? It is the government here is closed mouth about this. I do not want to cause our order any issues.
I don't think you should have a problem. We have I have a writ from the Domina as well as from Dominic, the head of something important.
As well, Dominic Holtero.
Thank you.
The right hand of the Domina. Oh yes, of course we are well aware of the Holtero family. Their great grandfather was a very great man.
That many? You had to go back that many greats to get to a great man? Really?
He was noticeable. Very, very good. Did some great things. There was a battle. And then she's going to start like launching into this history lesson that you just opened up a can of worms on.
Like, okay, I didn't necessarily mean for that to happen.
This is like the Civil War history buff that you just asked about the Battle of Gettysburg or something like that. You're gonna get
10 hours later.
Exactly. After a minute, as she's going, Rexus will say, "I do believe they had a question about something different."
This has been completely fascinating. Thank you. Maybe at a different time we could talk about it longer. However,
as you yawn, Az is gonna like whack you with his thing. He's like. And it's like message, Cass's message, Anna, please, for once in your life, be courteous.
I'm being courteous. I'm saying nice things.
She looks at the both of you. You can say whatever you want to. It's okay. I have a tendency of going a bit long. When you have read and experienced so much history, you have a lot to talk about.
I can imagine.
Well, with can I see this writ?
Yes, no, absolutely. And I'll hand her the writ from the Domina as well as from Dominic.
Rexus actually takes both of them.
Oh.
Looks them over. And you watch all of a sudden as demeanor changes a little bit at that moment. You just watched business Rexes come out.
Oh.
Yes, this appears to be authentic. The signature looks correct. This is, the seal is... Yes, okay, yeah.
I didn't realize that the authenticity was in question.
I always double check my contracts. And he hands them back to you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to put them in the bag. What we need to ask you about, though, is the cemetery. And the history of the cemetery, especially with the silver ravens.
There is. So, how much do you know about the issues with Brasili Thrune?
We know that he was a right bastard and that he did some horrible things. And honestly, I was in Cheliax the entire time that all of this was happening, and I was a young girl, so I don't really know anything.
Fair. Brasili Thrune, after he had been put in charge of Cheliax, had loftier expectations and hopes and aspirations.
What, to become, like, the king? Like, to overthrow Thrune?
No, far beyond that. He had made a deal with one of the Lords of Hell and was seeking to make himself into what is called a genus loci, where your own soul embodies the land itself. You are the land, and the land is you. It would give him unprecedented magical power over the land of Ravenel. He would know whenever anyone set foot on his land. He could feel it magically. He would be part of the land itself.
So, like, he would literally be the land?
Yes. He would not... He would only be able to possibly represent a physical form. He himself would no longer be physical.
Okay, so... That's weird. Alright.
It is a complicated magical process that required...
Why would you want that? Why would you want to become the ground? That
why
seems horrible.
do the powerful always desire more power?
That kind of seems like, could he become a human again? Like, could he take the form of a human as well? Because it just seems like very strange to live your entire existence in the ground.
It's not so much that he's in the ground. He is the land itself, the water, the air. He would be the god, in a way, little g, of Ravenel. He would have deity-like power over this land.
That's very interesting.
In order to do this, he had made a deal with one of the Lords of Hell, and was using a focus of magic that existed here below the old cemetery.
Was the magic there before he tarnished the land?
It is long standing there. There is lore about this that goes back thousands of years.
So it's always been a tainted spot.
I would not say that, well, it existed long before, and then it was tainted.
I just saw that Carney Sideshow cheered us 200 bits 24 minutes ago, and I didn't realize it till just now. Thank you so much, Sophie!
So with that, it's a +2 on a D20 roll.
That is. Oh, that is.
Yep.
Thank you.
So you have a +2 to use when you want it.
Do I have 2 hero points and 2 +2s?
You do.
Or 1 +2?
They're stacking you up.
Nice. Hold on, I gotta double check that. Hold on. I don't remember where it split them. Yeah, okay, so 2. So 2 + 2, 1 + 2, and 2
I guess you get
points.
2 + 2s because she did 200 bits. It's 100 bits for a +2.
Oh, that's true. So 2 + 2s. Yep. Thank you, Sylvie. You may not know it, but that is like a really big deal in this game. +2s are huge. So thank you. Okay. Anyway. Sorry.
The below there
Camera wouldn't focus there for a second.
exists an ancient cathedral. From the records we have gathered, to Mahathal. I hate this name.
Oh, is this the Mathal?
Yes.
Mathala?
Did I spell it out for you before?
Mathala?
No, it's actually Mahathathala.
Mahathala? Mahathala.
The one downside of going with official lore is that you don't name them, and so sometimes it's like, how do you say that name?
Mathalala. Mathalala. Mahathala.
Mathala. I'm going to go with Mathala and assume the
with
H
Mathala.
is like silent.
Silent H.
Mathala.
Mathala. Okay.
Do you know of Mathala?
A little. She was a former psychopop of Pharasma and turned to Asmodeus, essentially becoming one of his concubines.
She had requested of Pharasma to know the moment of her death, and Pharasma refused. So instead she went and sought it herself. And when she found it, what she saw there terrified her enough to flee to Asmodeus in hopes that he would give her immortality, that he would prevent her from ever dying.
So that obviously didn't work, right?
She is alive.
Doesn't necessarily mean she's escaped death, though.
We do not know. That is for the gods. But in that chapel was built, that cathedral was built around what is called a soul anchor. It is a weakening place between the ethereal plane, our plane, and the river of souls.
Say that again.
It is a weakening, a connecting point between our plane, the ethereal plane, and the river of souls itself.
So it's like the 3 different areas can come together in that one spot.
And in that spot, if you die, your soul does not leave. It is stuck there at this nexus. Why do you ask?
Aas and I have been pulled into a series of investigations, I guess you could say, that all seem to center around and revolve around the cemetery. And we have needed to go basically looking to figure out what's going on there and what we can possibly do to stop the evil from happening. Oh! Uber Geek Media!
Thank you for the raid!
Thank you for the raid! Welcome, welcome. We are discussing lore right now with a very old elven librarian.
Yes.
Who gets distracted if we ask her the wrong questions. Essentially, it all centers around the cemetery. We believe there is a possible hag infestation that we need to take care of, and they are somehow feeding off of, or at least congregating in an area close by to the cemetery.
Feeding off of...
So I'm gonna look at Az like, are you okay with me saying this?
And he's like, in for the penny, in for the pound?
Alright.
Or in for the copper, in for the silver?
Yes, that's true. Oh my gosh, that's what that means? In for a penny, in for a pound? Like, a pound is in like a pound? A dollar? Like, I literally never understood what that saying meant until this moment. I was 34 years old when I realized what that saying
At least
meant.
I believe that's what it's been. That's what I understand it to be. So throw it in the comments if I'm wrong about that, the origins of in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah. All right. So we were contacted by the Silver Torrent. And
I'm acquainted with them. They were the Order of the Torrent for the Hell Knights previously, and then they rechartered themselves after.
Yes, they did. And they came to us asking for some assistance with a possible arcane problem that they were having. They were finding many people that were...
You suddenly notice her writing down and taking notes.
The librarian mode just went into effect. They were finding individuals that had been gone missing, and that were...
Seasonal Bard has just followed. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the follow.
He also said that is the colloquial meaning of the phrase.
Oh, good. I'm 34 years old, and I just figured that out, and I've read so many British novels that is ridiculous. I didn't realize that's what that meant. It's fine. I keep getting distracted. Okay. Silver Torrent, they had asked us to investigate because they were finding people that from the outside looked perfectly fine. There was no physical trauma that could point to the current condition, which was a completely comatose state. These individuals they were finding were not responding to any type of physical stimuli at all. And as we investigated and really looked at these individuals, we learned that they're being fed upon. Their souls were being fed upon.
And how would you have defined that? What is your expertise in?
I am the champion of Pharasma, and she has gifted me certain abilities.
Well, then you said they were feeding on the souls, and there was a hag, correct?
Yes. So through our investigation, and then also being contacted by another organization, we were able to discover the area where most of these people were found. And I was also visited by a hag, so that helps as well.
Can you describe?
Nasty, hunched over, stringly hair, old-looking, horrible breath. Had no scent when it was in its non-physical form.
Non-physical form?
My dog. And I point to Bruce, who's sitting next to me.
Sweet doggy.
He is wonderful. Do you want to give him scratches?
Of course. And she gets down.
And I'm gonna kind of point a little bit to her, and Bruce is just gonna go over and
all right.
sit and
okay, so she gives
scratchies.
She gives him scratchies. Well, there are many types of hags that feed on different things for humans.
We believe that the one that visited me was a blood hag, and the ones that are feeding off of the people are soul hags? I don't remember the name.
There are types of hags that exist within and travel through the ethereal plane to then give nightmares and feed on the souls of those that they torture.
Yes, they from what I understand, they trap them in a living nightmare, essentially, in their brains.
More so, they torture them until they, in truth, give up the ghost, and then they will either consume or trap that soul.
So they don't always consume it. They don't always eat the soul. There's a possibility that those souls are still stuck.
That is possible. They use the souls to fuel magic, to trade in different things with the planes.
All right. Well, that's kind of where we're at with that. Is we believe that they're centered around the cemetery because of the force that's already there. And that
The soul anchor, as I said, has a connection, is a touching point between our plane, the ethereal plane, and the River of Souls. It would be an ideal place for the hag to go forth to catch souls.
so using it like a doorway, or
Yes,
using
an
it.
easy access to the plane. They also would be able to gather souls directly from the river.
Hi, Andrew.
They would also be able to gather souls directly from the river itself.
I can't imagine Phrasma would allow that to happen.
These gates have existed. This is why her cathedral was set up there, specifically to taint the river. This was done, the setting up of these soul anchors is in defiance of Pharasma.
Is there a way to destroy a soul anchor?
The Silver Ravens tried and were not able to.
Well, the Silver Ravens aren't me.
They just did, from what we have gathered, there was a lift, there was a mechanism that allowed the cultists to enter, but it was destroyed to not allow for anyone to enter in anymore. The Silver Ravens went down there, stopped what was going on, tried to stop Basili Thrun, were not able to completely and had to enter into a realm of hell itself to stop his soul from returning. And then, unable to destroy the soul anchor, destroyed the entryway.
But that only stops the physical. Yes? From going through? If it's ethereal or a non-physical being, then they would be able to, theoretically, still use it.
Possibly. They could enter through the ethereal plane itself, but then you also mentioned the Blood Hag. The Blood Hag would need to travel physically. They do not enter the ethereal.
Well, the Blood Hag was a ball of fire.
Yes, and fire must still move in this plane.
Okay. I'm very confused now. Was there any type of plans or anything that you might know of that gave an idea of what the door looked like when the Silver Ravens destroyed it, or before the Silver Ravens destroyed it?
Yes, we do have records back in our base. It was an interesting mechanism that allowed through arcane to lift and then lower because it was far below the surface.
So this wasn't like a arcane portal that just would like zap you there.
No.
This was an actual physical lift.
And it was far below the surface in the top layers of the Darklands.
Okay. Do they cave it in?
Yes. Destroyed the lift, caved it in, and then the guards have been set to prevent further issues.
Do you know of a back door?
None that I am aware of.
All right. Is there anything else that you think would be important for us to know?
None that I can know, none from our records, but I will say this. When there is power to be had, those who desire it will always find a new way in.
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of.
I am sorry, I wish I could be of more help on that.
No, this has been perfect. Thank you. Do you have any information, just happenstance, to know if how exactly you kill an ethereal type hag?
I can check our records.
I feel like such deja vu right now. I feel like I've had this exact same conversation with someone.
Combat with hags is not my experience. I would have to look through historical records to find instances of combat.
Okay, it's fine. It's all right. I have a silver sword. I think it'll be fine. All right. Well, thank you. That was incredibly helpful and very lucky that you were here and we didn't have to go track you down. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad to help. And if you claim and say you are a champion of Pharasma, the Ravens, we talked with them and took as much down as we could to hold the historical record of the events. There was a servant of Pharasma that would assist them from time to time in order to try and stop the Soul Anchor.
Who?
I do not have the name. It was not immortal. It was I'm forgetting the name right now for the servants, the one that appeared to you.
Like the psychopath?
It wasn't a psychopath. Well,
she wasn't
yes,
a psychopath?
she was a psychopath, but it's
she was too a psychopath.
I'll have to look up the name again.
Okay, that's fine.
But yes, Pharasma was invested in the stopping of the Soul Anchor. Unfortunately, they were not able to destroy it. Instead, sought to close it off.
That's unfortunate. It would have been much better if they had destroyed the entire thing, and then I wouldn't be in this position that I'm in now.
Powerful magical items are not easily destroyed.
I know. Just would have been nice if Pharasma could just, take it into her realm with her. Most things are not going to get through the boneyard. Well, thank you. Yep, I think that's it. And I'm going to stand and kind of, nod to Sils and to Rexus and say thank you so much for your time. If there's anything that we can possibly do to repay you in some way, or if we could be of any of assistance to you in the future, please let us know.
We will do that, definitely.
Thank you.
I mean, we are always open for donations to the Order. This is from Rexus. Just kind of bringing on that fundraiser guy just suddenly popped out. It's like, we're always looking for donations.
Fantastic. Well, when we have the discussion, we will donate something to you.
And Az will just reach out and he'll say, for your troubles. And he'll drop 20 gold.
Oh, jeez.
There. You do have to remember that you guys still have $3,000.
I more than that.
Yeah.
But okay.
You guys
are
doing well.
Okay. I guess we will leave now.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you have further need, you can always find them at their actual location, which is in the Red Roof. If you find ask people where Hokum's Phantasmagorium.
What?
Hokum's Phantasmagorium. It was a oddity shop. They
say that one more time. Hokum's
Phantasmagorium.
Phantasmagorium. That's awesome.
That
it's going awesome, Uber Geek Media, and I'm having to say words like phantasmagorium.
It was a oddity shop that their secret base was set up under. Now they can be out in the open with it, and so
that's understandable.
They you can go there, and they will be more than happy to help you.
We will absolutely call upon them if we need them. Thank you.
Let them know we sent you, and they will help you.
I will, thank you. And we will go to the front door, and I grab Bruce because he wants to stay with the girl that's giving him switches.
He's just like, oh,
I know.
yeah.
He's like,
you this right there.
Do I have
right
to
there.
go?
Oh,
do I have to go?
Like,
Bruce, come.
oh.
It is a good word. It's kind of fun to say. Phantasmagorium.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Bruce, darling.
So you guys will, the fall, they'll lead you out. And when you get out, Az turns to you. Well, that was informative.
It was. That was extremely helpful. I think we need to go speak to the the High Priestess of Phrasma?
It's Morigna.
Morigna. That's the name of the chick?
That's the name of the race. They're the equivalent of angels of Pharasma, who go about capturing lost souls, ensuring the flow of souls into the river.
Jeez, with these names. Seriously, Paizo? Gosh. Morigna. Okay. Got it. I do think, though, we need to go speak with the headmistress of Phrasma. If someone was helping the Silver Ravens previously, they might be able to help us now. If we had the same goals. My only question is, they weren't able to do it then.
Yeah.
Why? Why weren't they able to destroy it?
Anna, I know
now.
that you are not acquainted with the arcane, but from what she says, this is a magical nexus of thousands, millennia old power.
I do understand that.
Mortals cannot easily destroy something like that.
I know, and I get that. I really do. I understand. I don't feel comfortable just leaving something there when it's obviously still pulling on power and it's still attracting evil to it.
I imagine that they did what they could. They could not destroy it, so they tried to block it, but it looks like it did not keep.
No, I get that. It's just all of this. And as we're walking, I'm assuming like we're walking out to the guard tower and like kind of heading back into the town. I think it's very interesting that everything that we have dealt with since you and I met each other has had to do with souls and being essentially batteries. Did you notice that too?
Yes. Maybe we came here not completely of our own accord.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that Phrasma had some higher machinations than what I understood.
That is very possible.
You don't think she could have had anything to do with my parents' death, do you?
I would not think of that, but I doubt it.
Because I had been devoted to her already as a young girl, and then all of the cascading things that have happened since then have led to this moment, and our paths being on the set to stop Cuthwaldwin and his enslavement of the human race, and now this certain situation. It just, if she really is that involved in lives, just the questions there. And the death of two people when they're coming back to her doesn't necessarily seem as horrible to her as it would to a 10-year-old girl.
That is a heavy question.
I didn't have it until just now.
Don't know Phrasma.
Honestly, I don't know her very well either, except that she's...
What I can say, Phrasma would not allow a soul to be taken before its time. I do not think that she would take their souls before their time.
No, you're right. Sorry, I've just been thinking about my family a lot lately.
And your sister?
Yeah. Ever since that vision I had.
I will send the message tonight, so we can...
There's no way we could send it sooner than that.
I had to get the spell. I had to sleep and rest to have the spell, and then I could cast it early in the morning, but they're not going to sleep until tonight.
No, that's true. No, you're right. I'm sorry.
We will as soon as we can.
Sia's been alone for, the same amount of time I've been alone, but she was different. She was younger. And she was 8, I was 10, and she was my... we're just gonna move on from that. Okay, right, so let's go...
He puts his hand on your shoulder. We will find her.
Do you promise?
If she can be found. If she is not already in Pharasma's embrace, then we'll find her.
She was my responsibility.
You were how old?
I was 10.
I do not think you can fault a 10-year-old for not keeping a sister away from the army of Hell Knights.
I did try. That's why I got sent
I
to that
bet you
stupid
kicked them
place
quite
again.
hard.
Yes, I did. That's why they wanted me to learn how to fight. No, you're right. All right. I will try to be patient. I'm fine. It's fine. We're fine. So let's go speak with the High Priestess at Pharasma's Our Lady of Life, and hopefully no one's giving birth, and we can talk to her. If you're all right with that.
Yes, that is wherever you need. I am here to help. This seems to be something that is a fitting quest for a champion of Pharasma.
Yes, and we don't really have a choice on whether or not we want to take it, do we?
No, but would you turn it down?
Of course not.
He was an interesting individual, but...
Are you talking about Arthur, the dick that pulled a knife on my dog? That one?
Yeah, I would recommend in the future, don't taunt the sociopath.
I wasn't taunting the sociopath. I was merely making the obvious point that we don't need to go over this again. But I'm just going to say, if anyone pulls a knife on my dog ever again, you will not be able to stop me.
I will not be doing it. Don't you? I will. Bruce
you may
fine.
have to bring me back to life, but I am not going to allow someone to threaten my dog.
You do remember that he doesn't actually die, right?
I know he doesn't actually die, but then he's gone for an entire week, and then we don't have him, and we can't use his help to find things and do things, and I don't have something to cuddle with at night.
Are you talking while you walk, or you kind of
Yeah,
stopped?
no, we're walking.
Okay.
No, we're walking. It's like, but yeah, I don't have my big
So you two
fluffy
can kind of
band.
can kind of argue back and forth about this as you walk across the bridge, the other side of Kintargo, into the Temple District. You're well acquainted with where Our Lady of Life, Our Lady of Death is located, which if you're new to the stream, Pharasma, if you're not acquainted with Pathfinder, is the goddess of life and death.
She's the goddess of being a badass.
And so her temple, the way I set it up in this town is that it is both a midwifery and a mortuary. One side serves the dead, and one side brings them into life.
Not creepy at all.
So as you walk up, of course, to the... which side are you going to walk up to?
The midwifery.
All right. So you walk up to Our Lady of Life, and you enter the door. Of course, you're acquainted with it. There at the front is the receptionist.
Oh, jeez.
Who is looks up. Yes. How can I help you?
Hi. Is the headmistress? Not headmistress.
The matron?
Is the matron currently available?
Give me a moment. Let me see. And so she will get up.
Don't hear any screaming women in the middle of labor, do we?
You do.
All right.
You walked in the middle.
Breathe deep, ladies. Breathe deep.
You see, and outside, you see that the clouds are coming over. It's a cloudy day. You see that definitely a storm's pulling in. Barometric pressure shifts are happening.
So essentially, every room in this whole place is open. If the barometric pressure... Little known fact, ladies and gentlemen, when the barometric pressure changes, it does a physiological thing to women who are pregnant, and it induces labor.
We have 3 children,
in case
so
now you know these things, and you can go tell people.
Yes.
Useless information you can watch and learn on Party of 2.
So she walks upstairs to go see if she is available.
I'm gonna sit there and like the sounds of
you hear the sounds of
women. I'm just gonna look at Aas and be like, I am never giving birth. I'm never having children.
They are, there's definitely that. There's also the cries of the screaming babies and stuff like that. But it's nothing crazy. Contrary to popular opinion,
this isn't like the Hollywood movies.
This isn't like the Hollywood movies. No. After a moment, the headmistress does come walking down, and she looks over at you as you. Give me 1 second. I didn't have this open. There we go. As you watch Henry, Dawn Watcher, the matron, come walking down, her round, smiling face, plump grandmotherly feel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Anna.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, come. And she takes her hand and kind of leads you over into the small chapel to Pharasma that is in the adjoining room.
Okay. Is Az following us?
Az is kind of just hanging out. Yeah, it's kind of watching. And
okay.
she does look up. Oh, is this... I don't think last time you brought Bruce. And she looked down.
I didn't. No, I didn't have Bruce last time.
And...
He's incredibly well behaved. You don't need to worry.
Oh, okay.
He is Bruce. Well, Bruce, say hi. And that command is for him to go in front of her and just sit. And very politely sit next to her. As
she goes in to kind of scratch top of head, and all of a sudden she stops. Oh. And then you notice her get into it a little bit more. She's like,
I'm going to kind of smile and be like, Bruce has this effect on people.
This is no normal animal.
You can tell that.
Well, the magic of Pharasma comes off of him.
Oh, that tracks, actually.
And Az will be like, he kind of leans over to listen to you. Yes, remember, I linked him to your magic.
Oh, right. That's how he's alive. I forgot about that. I forgot that's how that all happened. You did your voodoo magic, and suddenly I had a dog.
Yeah, yes. The technical term is voodoo.
Look, it doesn't yet. Then I'm going to turn back to her, Henri, and I'm going to say, oh yes, he is a part of
me. How can I help you today?
First off, I want to apologize for the last time I was here. I was very scattered, and I had been dealing with some very strange occurrences. So
she smiles, puts her hand on the side of your face, says, "Oh my dear, you were troubled. That is what we are here for."
I know, I acted very strangely, so I just felt like I needed to apologize for that. But we're here on a very different errand now. We have been tasked with figuring something out that has to involve the cemetery in Old Kintargo. And I know that a Morriga, I wrote it down and I still don't know how to say it.
Morrigna. Morriga.
Morrigna. I'm going to put a little thing right there.
A little
Not that kind of No, that's an IPA. It's a GM thing. Morrigna. I know that Morrigna had helped them previously. The Silver Ravens.
You're looking for Azrana, aren't you?
dear. Is that her name?
Our Lady spoke to me the other night and
Of
told
course she
me
does.
you
Why
might
does she
be-
talk to you all the time? She never talks to me.
How often do you pray?
Touche. Moving on. What was her name?
Azrana.
Azrana. Okay.
Azrana is a servant of Our Lady, and who has made her primary goal the finding of soul anchors, wherever they may be found.
Okay. Sorry, I had a hair in my face. I wasn't just being weird. I didn't have a tick. So she's made it her mission to root out the soul anchors and destroy them.
She has, as much as they can be destroyed or safeguarded.
So you know about all of the soul anchors? Well, not all of, obviously, but the one that is here.
Yes, how could a high priestess of Pharasma not know when there is a touching to the reverse souls in her very city?
I don't know. I didn't expect other people to know this because it seemed like it was very hush-hush information.
For the government types, I mean, I would not say this to anyone else, but you serve Our Lady.
Yes, I do. That is very true. So, is there a way to possibly, like, call her, ask for her to come to us, let her know that we are reopening this whole thing, and I don't want to, like, cause a lot of problems because I have a tendency to do that.
Well, you are a champion of Pharasma.
Okay, don't talk to me like I'm stupid. Yes, I know.
Would you like to pray with me, or would you like me to step out so you can pray on your own?
There's not like a ceremony that I need to do, or like specific candles and a pentagram, or I don't know.
Are you trying to summon and bind, or are you looking for help from your goddess and her servants? I think you've spent...
The former, please.
I think you spent too much time around arcane types.
I have, and I essentially grew up in a Hell Knight citadel, so...
Yes, they would not treat with respect anything.
No, they really didn't. So, I just pray?
Generally, that's the best way to contact the deity one serves.
I'm gonna look at Az and be like, I feel like I'm being a little bit of a trance right now. But could you leave for like 5 minutes?
Yes, that is. I will leave those who serve the lady to their work. And she'll,
Okay,
Henry will turn to him. And who do you serve? I can sense a divine energy from you. He's like, I serve Nethys. Oh, that's a troublesome one to worship. He generally stays out of my business, thankfully. He is not sending me on dangerous quests.
No, it's just my goddess.
He also doesn't listen when you need him. He expects me to do things on my own. And then Az will walk out, little,
I'm gonna look at Omni and say, I believe you might have offended him slightly. That's a good job. He doesn't normally get offended, so way to go.
Well, I am partial to a certain deity.
He and I actually never talk about that kind of stuff.
Maybe you should.
Don't
But
know.
then again, I am a priestess. I teach. You are a champion. You smite.
I whack things with hammers.
I think you use a sword, don't you?
Well, yes, it's a phrase.
Well,
Whack
shall
it
we
with a
pray to Our
hammer.
Lady?
Anyway, yes.
And then she will kneel down and begin to pray and to recite the prayers to Pharasma. It has been a long time for you since you've been in a chapel of Pharasma to say the prayers and the dedicatory, the rote words.
Yeah.
I want you to roll for me.
Oh, dear. Okay.
A fortitude save.
A fortitude save? Okay. Hold on. Pull up my page.
Remember, you got +2/+2s to
I
mess with.
know.
So you can pretty much crit on anything you want.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm using 1 hero point.
Except for
on
on
this.
that.
Not a freaking
You got
9.
hero points.
I'm not. Okay. All right. Hero point again. For those who, oh, that's a little bit better. For those who don't know, hero point, you can have 3 in a session, and I had 2. Now I have 1. And if you want to give me a hero point, you can spend 500 channel points and give me one so that I can re-roll a d20. This is a game mechanic in Pathfinder. This is not a homebrewed thing just to give me stuff.
Yep.
The +2s for 100 bits, though that's totally homebrewed. Okay, so Fortitude 23.
All right, 23. With that, when she turns to you for your turn to pray, you're able to get the words out.
Okay.
The emotional impact of hearing these prayers again after so long, you're able to hold it together. And she turns to you and she's like, "It is your turn to speak."
Okay. Do I have, like, anything specific I'm supposed to say? Like, do
You
have
wanted
anything
to ask
written
for
out?
help.
No, this is a GM question. Is there anything written out that I'm supposed to say?
No.
No? Okay. So I just talk, right? Okay. I'm kind of quiet for a second and look around at the beautiful stained glass windows and the depictions of life and death and the river of souls and you know, I'm not very good at this. I am still pretty new at this whole being able to do this out loud. We're in a pickle, and I know that Azorna helped the Silver Ravens in the past. I found something in connection to the river, and I need help. So, just wondering if you could send her down to help us possibly close the anchor. And if you happen to know where my sister is, I'd really like to find her.
I want you to roll me a percentage die and your D10.
Okay. I'm like, I just literally just moved all my percentage dice. Okay. Ooh, should I use the purple or the red marbly one? Okay, a percentage die and a what die?
And D10.
And a D10. Okay.
It's the equivalent of rolling a D100.
Hold on, I'm trying to find my D10. There's my D12. There's my D4. There's my D10. Okay. 55.
Okay, you got over 50. As you are praying, you, being Anna, start looking up, looking around.
Because I'm like incapable.
Is anything
of
gonna
being
happen?
Serious.
As you roll this, I mean, as you
like,
as you roll this,
pull out dice.
as you're looking around, in the front, there. Remember, there's the carved wooden statue of Pharasma with the hourglass in front of it. Behind that statue, you catch a slight shimmer, and you begin to see spiders falling from the ceiling.
Why is it always spiders?
Leaving strands, and then the strands begin to fill, and this form begins to take, and then resolve itself into the form of a woman with large wings, a mask over her face. At her side, you see a weapon. God, this thing's an interesting. Gosh, I've got to read a Pathfinder First Edition character sheet here. It is a large dagger, ornate dagger, long flowing dress. But then you notice it's divided for riding and has for riding. She wouldn't need to ride, but with what appear similar to leather pants underneath. Black hair coming out from the mask and down the back of her hair, and she looks up at you. Yes, you called. Pharasma answers.
Hi. You... Okay, so now, like, I have a question really quick before we get into the whole thing. Like, are you actually made of spiders' webs? Like, if I was to touch you, are you, like, gauzy? Or, like, are you physical?
They serve us. Pharasma knows the weave of time. And the weavers, at times, serve us in certain ways.
Right. I just... No. Spiders are not necessarily my favorite in the entire world.
They're not so bad.
Hi. I'm Anna. I'm sure you know that already. But... Hi.
Hello.
So, obviously you know what's going on.
You have questions.
I do. So, my first... Wait, can I... Is it okay if I go get... Can we... And I'm going to look down at Bruce and say, Bruce, go get us.
And I was like, he looks over at the servant of Pharasma, being a divine
like Bruce
beast in a way. He's looking at her for permission.
Excuse me?
I'm bound to her like you are. I serve her too. Sorry. Are you wanting to bring your companion?
Az is better at questions than I am. I'm really good at hitting things. He's very good at asking questions. Can we go get him?
Roll a diplomacy.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see if you can convince her to bring an outsider into the conversation.
He is not an interloper.
He's not a servant of Pharasma.
Yes, but neither were the Silver Ravens. Natural 20. What's up?
She says, of course. And she looks at Bruce. And then Bruce walks out. And then Az comes in a moment later with Bruce kind of just nudging his back of his legs like, what is it? What? Oh.
We have a visitor. Dear.
My Lord Nethys is a friend to all. And she doesn't. Our Lady has a neutral relationship with your master.
You kind of look at Az and be like, why did you have to bring politics into this the second you came into the room?
I'm not bringing politics.
Yes, you are.
And she kind of puts up her hand. She's like, there is no problem currently between Pharasma and Nethys. As long as he stays away from the river. And Az is like, I get that.
That is the question. One of the questions. One of the many. And Az, I was hoping that you could help me because I don't always remember all of the questions. Or the things I should or should not say. So...
I will help you as I can.
Okay. So... Azrona, we have been asked to fix a problem here, and it has to do with the soul anchor, we believe. And since you were the one that assisted in that previously, we were hoping that you may be able to help.
I helped guide the Silver Ravens down into the cathedral that they might attempt to stop. They were able to stop Brasili, but they were not able to deal enough destructive power to the anchor to completely destroy it.
So, is there any way for us to actually destroy the anchor itself? I mean, what we've been asked to do is something different than that, but I feel like that would fix a lot of the problems.
It requires very specific powers and honestly a lot of time to sit there and whack at it.
So it's like a physical thing.
It manifests as a physical thing, but it does also connect with an ethereal thing.
So we have to cut the umbilical cord and then destroy the gateway.
In a way, the connection of the three at that location will always exist. But the anchor holds it here. The soul anchor, when someone dies, their spirit returns to the River of Souls, and Our Lady returns it to the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
The anchor holds everything there. It is as if you had a rock tied to the River of Souls to hold anything that tried, or a net. It's as if you had a net between this realm and the River of Souls, and anything trying to get to that would be kept here.
So is there a possibility that there are many souls that have been circumvented?
There are many souls in this city that are not returning to Our Lady.
Well, we know part of it is because there's a bunch of hags that are being haggish, and so we have to kill them. So that's a thing. You wouldn't happen to be able to just, like, snap your fingers and they'd all be dead.
We are limited in our ability. The hags, many of them are under the protection of the horsemen. And if we are directly involved...
Wait, does that mean that I can't do anything?
Mortals are different. If we get directly involved, they get directly involved. If one of our minions... one of our champions kills one of their minions, it is viewed as the same thing.
So it's fine.
Yes. It is expected that you would lose certain underlings in fights between...
So Phrasma's fine if I die?
No, but she knows it can happen.
Oh.
It is part of being a champion. You enter into dangerous circumstances.
That is true. We do.
But know that if so, you will return to the river, and if it is before your time, she will do all she can to keep you. It is as destiny needs it to be. Our Lady cannot stop that.
I know. I was just hoping that you could just, like, wave a hand and that would all be done. But obviously we're going to have to go kill them. So, if we destroy the hags and stop them from sucking down the souls of the city, will it release any souls that they might have been holding on to return?
It depends on how they were held, what was done with them.
But it's not like if we kill them, then they'll get stuck down there by the soul anchor, and then we'll have to figure that out too.
There are many souls that are trapped down there that I imagine cannot get out.
Do you know of a way to let them go?
If we can do enough damage, again, if it has been repaired, there are holes in the net, to use the same analogy, and we can help them through those holes.
Okay.
But anywhere that there's an anchor is a problem. That is not easily solved.
Yes.
Otherwise, I would have just, as you say, snap my fingers and solve it.
Yes, I imagined it wasn't that actually that simple, considering you hadn't done it previously.
It also depends on what the hags you say have done with the souls. Whether they have consumed them or traded them.
What do you mean traded them? Like money?
Among the planes, especially of the Abyss, especially among those of Abaddon, there is a healthy market for the souls of men.
You know, life was a lot simpler when I didn't have to think about 3 degrees of plain old crap. Not your fault. Not your fault. That was not... It just is... Everything is much more complicated now than it was 6 weeks ago.
It is always your choice to serve Our Lady.
Oh, like I'm not going to continue to make that choice. Come on. Let's be real.
Then don't complain.
I'm not necessarily complaining. I'm just pointing out things.
Oh my gosh, you sound like a 9-year-old. I'm not whining, Mom. I'm just saying.
All right. So, camera focus. There we go. So.
The camera doesn't like you.
It needs to be closer to my face.
Table.
Yeah. So, okay. So, is there any information that you can give us to actually help us either get down to where the soul anchor is or down in that general area?
The anchor clouds my ability, as it keeps all souls and all aspects of energy there. Then it is difficult for me. This is why I used the Silver Ravens.
So that they could actually do it.
Because it clouds my ability there as well.
Will it interfere with mine? Will I not be able to heal or do some of the things I've learned?
You should still be able to. It is simply the seeing through. I am not of the material plane. Seeing through and going through that anchor will attempt to hold me there.
I completely understand.
I prefer not to have to fight imprisonment.
No, being imprisoned against your will is not any fun.
I would get free, but it would be annoying.
Okay, right. So is there anything, that you can do to help us with the hags? Do you have anything specially imbued with special hag-killing abilities? I mean, I have a sword. It's a silver sword. How do I kill a hag? With my silver sword?
Hags are, although they can enter the ethereal plane, they are physical.
So just whacking them really hard with my sword will work?
It should.
Hopefully. Do you have Okay. Az, do you have any questions before I get myself in trouble? See, I'm learning.
Yes, you are. And as we'll look at her, Our Lady. The Silver Ravens destroyed the entryway. Do you have any idea how, if this hag is down there, how this could come to be?
I have a feeling we're going to find out.
How so?
We are going to be going down there in 3 days, 2 days, 2.5 days.
And we're going into the sewers. That is not the same way they got down there before.
That's how they're getting there now.
And gosh, now I forgot her name.
Azrana
will look up at him. There are many evils in the depths, and they have their ways of digging out. I would look for ways in which they have dug their way out.
So you think that they've created a secondary
I could
entrance?
see that the hag might have found their way down there through the ethereal plane, but then from there to operate on the scale that we feel here, they must have found some way out. And I would expect, she turns, looks at you, hags like to use those that they find. I would not expect this hag to be alone.
No, we are like 100% sure she has friends.
Be on guard, be careful. Call to Our Lady in your time of need.
Wait, before you go, do you happen to have like a shield or something that will like protect me from haggishness? Not me personally, I'm not a hag, I know that. But I mean like their powers, their abilities, their magic.
Nothing that I can keep on you while you're down there.
Oh. Okay, no, I get it. I was meaning like a physical sword or like shield, but you were like a magical shield.
She looks at you, looks you up and down, looks at your sword. She smiles like, I think you'd need a third arm.
Well, I have a secondary sword. I have a bastard sword. I can use a hand like this and then a shield like this, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. He just has magic, like, thing that he touches himself and suddenly he doesn't touch himself. He, like, touches himself and then, like... and then, like, suddenly has, like, this magic armor thing that goes over his whole body. And I was wondering if there's anything I could use for that. But it's
that would... She looks over at Az, and Az kind of looks over at you. Anna, your armor would interfere with any spell like that. So, it's a trade-off.
You just never know. It doesn't hurt to ask. But apparently it does, because now everybody's looking at me in the room like I'm an idiot. So...
And she's like, when you are in need, call to Our Lady, and she will aid you with what you need.
All right. I will call to my lady in need when I am in need. Yep.
Yes.
Gosh, it's such a weird night.
Pull out of Anna for a minute. Be Hayley, okay? When Anna needs help, she can pray.
She will pray.
Okay? Sunday school lesson right here.
When in need, call for asthma indeed.
There we go.
Oh, that's a merch idea right there.
I think that's one of that's one of the official prayers to Phrasma.
Yes, it is.
All right.
But when Az touches himself.
When I need some armor, I touch myself.
Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez.
There you go. Yes. All right.
Oh, we're good. We're good. It's
She
good.
will. She looks at you and nods her head, and then in that same moment, you watch as she simply. It's as if you watched strands of spider webs just separate and then fall, and where she was, you just see the remnants of what appeared to be, as if you had broken apart a spider web on the floor.
I'm just gonna kind of Does anybody else feel like there's something crawling on you? No!
Az is going to go over and, like, start looking at the spider webs.
Like, will you not touch it?
These are made of... he's, like, checking them for divine energy, detect magic, you read aura.
Will you not play with the divine spider webs, please?
Should I see if I can do something with it?
No!
Like,
You leave it.
You don't want Pharasma-powered spider web, like, leggings?
Sure, let's take it to Sir Michael. Maybe he can make me a pair of pants.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. No.
All right, well, I think that we have all the information we need.
I think so too. I'm going to turn to Henri and just say thank you for facilitating this. This was more than I could have hoped for. I don't... Honestly, I don't really think she gave us much other than information that we already had.
Well, I think you found out a lot more about the Soul Anchor. What it does and what's going on down there. What were you expecting?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping that she would, like, call
take
to
care
arms.
Take care of your problems for you?
No. I was hoping she would join us in destroying the problems, not fix them. If I truly thought that Pharasma would just wave her hand and fix all of this...
If that was the case, she wouldn't need champions, Anna.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If I thought that that was actually the type of god she was, then it would beg to extrapolate on that every bad thing that ever happened is because she chooses not to interact. Which is obviously not the truth. I just hoped that maybe this would be more of a she would come with us kind of thing, but obviously that's not something she can do. So... Sorry. Sorry, Uber Geek Media.
Glad we could help with that.
So we do on Friday nights.
We're
nope.
Not gonna go there.
Nope.
I'm gonna go there. All right, so you have now spoken with the matron, and because you pushed the direction and rolled well enough, you also got to speak with a servant of Pharasma.
It's pretty cool.
Got some more information.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm like, are we wrapping up? You're kind of acting like we're wrapping
but
up.
I do think I want to take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
I need to go use the little boy's room. And I need more Coke.
There's not enough in there, guys. There's not enough. All right, so we are going to take a really quick 5-minute break. Do not go anywhere.
We'll be quick.
We will be right back. It really will be like probably less than 5 because we're normally less than 5.
And then just got to get set up, and then we're going to jump into the next section.
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe? What else are you going to do?
I don't know. We have to wait 3 days.
You do.
It's not like, I mean, okay, anyway. He and I can discuss this off camera.
We'll be back.
I will see you. He'll be back.
Or we
won't be back.
I just noticed that apparently on the new computer, I don't have our we'll be back screen.
Okay, just kidding. We're not going to be back. Weston's going to go grab a Coke really quick, and I'm going to
talk to
chat.
people.
Hi, Julian. How are you, love? We just, for anyone that just joined us, we are 2 hours into our session, probably like 45 minutes or so left, because I hate playing really, really late into the night. And here in Utah, it's only 10:36. But, you know, it's all that jazz. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Ours was hellish, to be totally frank. I hope it was really good for you guys. I think it was better than ours. Ours was hellish because our 3 little boys were so excited. So our boys are 9, 5, and 4. And all 3 of them were very excited about having a couple of days off of school. And so they were like bouncing off the walls all day long and super into everything. And then we let them watch TV a lot longer than we normally do. And oh my gosh, can I just tell you guys, children watching TV for long periods of time equals hellish children. It like shuts the brain off. I'm not even kidding. It's awful. We're still knee deep in our nomadic adventure. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, Uber Geek Media, then you know what it's like when you have that many children. And all three of ours are boys. Yours are a mix. I feel like we've had this conversation before. Yeah. It's just, oh my gosh, they were little hellions. So we had dinner, and dinner was kind of nice. And I told them the story about how I found out, because we were talking about what we were thankful for. And I was like, I'm thankful for you guys. And so I told the story about how I found out I was pregnant with each of them. And they thought it was super fun. And then the one thing that they held on to from these beautiful stories about being the first time I learned I was going to be a mother, and the surprise of our third, and the fertility issues we had with our second, through all of this beautiful story that I'm telling them, you guys, they held on to the fact that I had to pee on a little stick to find out if I was pregnant. They're such boys. I don't know what I expected. No, I do know what I expected. I expected them to see this beautiful story, which is stupid because they're 9, 5, and 4.
You couldn't have just said took a test. Like, you had to say I peed on the stick.
So now it's like, oh, mommy peed on the stick. Like, hey, mommy peed on a stick. And so our youngest starts out dinner tonight with that. So the end of the evening, Thanksgiving night, was so bad. We sent our 9-year-old and our 5-year-old to bed early. And our 4-year-old stayed up, and he and I snuggled in front of the fireplace. And then when he went to bed at 8, we watched the newest episode of Wheel of Time. So it ended really nice. Our evening ended really nice. But the day itself has sucked. Like, major sucked.
Looks like I need to put our Be Right Back screen on the new computer.
I know, it's true. It's true.
All
anyway, right. Okay, but Weston is back fully caffeinated again and eating a snack.
If you want to help supplement my Coke addiction, we have a coffee, but we don't drink coffee. But you can always donate on our coffee to buy me Diet Coke. You
can donate on the coffee, or you can buy one of our 2 things that are currently available. These little magnets, which I'm having a really hard time getting the camera to focus on.
Hey, you want me to grab it?
No, hold on. Maybe? Oh, there we go, finally. So these little magnets are for sale right now. They make really great little stocking stuffers. There's 3 of them, a 21 and a dragon, and then our little coasters. They're bamboo coasters. They're really good. I make all of these things. Anyway, sorry, that was a nice little blah blah blah.
And
seasonal bard and I drank whiskey and played a board game with my wife and kids after.
That's fun. That's a wonderful night.
That is a really nice night. I like that. That would have been nice.
Wheel of Time episode was good too, though.
Wheel of Time was really good. I ended up watching it twice.
Although we wouldn't have drank the whiskey.
No, we don't drink.
We don't drink, so.
We did drink Diet Coke, though.
Yes, we did.
Diet Coke! We're going to bring it around to Diet Coke every time.
There we go. All right, so.
Okay, moving on. So we just left.
So you just left Our Lady of Life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you're coming out, you do watch as they're carrying a coffin into the other side for Our Lady of Death. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess we need to go back to the house. We need to go shopping. We need food. We have no food.
Baguettes?
Man cannot live off of baguettes alone.
Cheese.
Yes, there we go.
And butter.
And Maina she's hiring us a housekeeper.
Yes, she says it would take a couple of days.
Yes,
correct?
But I just couldn't remember whether or not you were a part of that conversation. I don't think so.
I think no, you mentioned it to me.
Did I? Okay. Well, yes. So she's hiring a few housekeepers for us, so we don't have to worry about that. But we do need food. So let's go get food. And I want to find a little patisserie, and I want to get a key lime pie, please.
Okay, so as you leave the Temple District, you then head over to the Red Roof District. And then, wait a moment.
Red roof, ladies and gentlemen, not red light, red roof. Just enough conversations tonight about touching oneself that I wanted to make sure that was very apparent.
And then you head into the district and begins shopping montage.
Shopping montage.
You're talking to that one, talking to that one. You buy some food. You buy some, some.
We go back to the jerky vendor who's like, "Oh yes, I have the jerky here for you, and this is the deer." And then we have all of the little venisons that are very nice in a row. And
I thought it was more of a Spanish accent that you did on that one. If you're new to the stream, we do switch off who's DMing. So the
raising the roof. Yes, they're raising the roof.
That's that vendor was when you were DMing.
Yeah, that vendor was an NPC that when I was DMing.
But we buy a bunch of jerky for
Bruce.
For Bruce. We buy. I mean, you get the normal food stuff that you need for the house.
And bread and a little bit of butter.
You buy some different, household things. I'm not going to go into a shopping your real in-depth shopping montage of what you need for a house. Do you guys pick up stuff
we need for a
house? You get the
house.
stuff that you need for the house.
Including a sign that says "Home Sweet Home"
Oh.
to put on the wall.
Really? As
No.
takes one look at that, he's like,
No.
No. That I had a thought about that, and then it was no.
Fine, you're so rude.
So you get all the stuff that you need.
No, she's 19. It's more like she would have gotten a fuzzy shag rug and a blanket comforter to match, and then like one of those like cool college mirrors to put up that has like all the little stickers around the
Oh,
outside.
jeez.
Anyway,
Okay, so you got your.
so we got all the food,
And
we
you
got all
go
the
and you
things
bring
that
that
we needed.
back to the house.
Mhm.
It's getting close to the end of the day.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to do that day?
No,
All right.
I'm good. Just get in bed.
You had a long day. You're tired. Are you and is everyone still sleeping in one room?
Hell's yes, we're all sleeping in the same room.
All right.
No freaking hag showing up in front of me again, trying to eat my blood.
All right. You all lay down. You're tired. Az is kind of sitting there jotting in his book and stuff like that. You lay down, eyes slowly closing. As you're beginning to fall asleep, you hear Ana. What do you think is down there beyond the hag? She said that they tend not to do things alone.
I assume that she's talking about the other hags that are with her.
She said hags don't do it alone.
What, you think there's other creatures down there?
I would not be surprised. And those sewers are going to stink.
Yes, they probably will. They smell horrible. Bruce will probably not be any help in that regard.
What in particular do you want me to ask Magdalene?
Oh, and she sits right up. I would like you to ask her if there has been any movement on finding Sia.
Okay.
And if she could possibly get the information back to us as soon as possible. Like, carrier pigeon. Unladen swallow.
Well, if it's carrying a message, it would be laden.
That's true.
All right, I will do that. Well, good night. Sleep well.
What do you think is down there? Like a basilisk or something?
I don't know, but I am both nervous and intrigued to find out. And I'm not looking forward to the sewers. I will make sure that I have prestidigitation ready to go.
Yes.
Because that is going to be
please.
nasty and stinky
Please,
and
please.
ew. That is all I had to say. Ew.
Yeah. Do we have, we don't have anything that's going to protect us extra, right?
Extra from what?
I mean, we couldn't go... We have a couple of days. Do you think we could get some of the rune thingies that we'd had previously and put them on something?
What would you like them to be put on?
Possibly the bastard sword?
Do you want me... Do we have 2 days? Do you want me to move the runes from your great sword to the bastard?
Thinking about it, because if I did get a little shield, if we went back over to the war machine, or the weapons place,
The war cage.
War cage, thank you. If we go back there, then I could get some type of shield to protect myself. Look, I didn't like being... When I was at... Being knocked out was not necessarily something I've ever enjoyed doing. But when I was at the Citadel, I always knew that there was... like Stella with me, or another Hell Knight that would come fix the problem if I went down. And being knocked out by the Nightwing and then waking up completely helpless, even though they needed us, not us needing them, didn't like it.
Well, Anna, one problem I do see is that your fighting style is built around you having 2 hands on a weapon.
I know, but I like constantly run into situations and I just smash things, and I was thinking maybe a little more finesse would be better. And maybe it would have stopped us from both and Bruce going down.
I don't think there's anything in that situation that would have stopped us. We were set up.
I know. But it still bothers me. I'm bothered.
Anna, I'm not that much older than you, but I'm definitely older. And one thing that I can say is that it is always a big realization when you realize your own mortality. That you someday will die. And if you are a fighter, someday you will most likely die in combat.
But that's not necessarily has to happen that way. I mean, we saw with Captain Windstar. Jeez, names in me today. Captain Windstar, he's managed to have an actual life with children, and
he also fights normal people. Not monsters and fiends and magic and gods and all that. But
you know what I mean? Like and I'm gonna kind of like roll over, like onto my stomach and kind of lift up on my knees or my elbows.
Az is kind of on his side, head under, elbow propped up on the one side. I'd never thought of my life after being a slave, let alone after this. So I have never thought that far ahead.
Well, I hadn't really either until he talked about his wife and children. And it's like I suddenly realized there was a chance that I wasn't going to die being gutted. This is extremely morbid conversation. I'm sorry.
I think we should go to bed. Deep conversations right before bed lead to bad dreams and loss of sleep.
You are very right. You are much older than I am, so you need your sleep. Let's go to bed.
Yes,
She's going to kind of roll over and curl into Bruce a little bit.
I need my beauty rest.
Right.
You know me. I care so much about my looks.
And I was like, since you're closer to the door, can you make sure that it's locked? And can you Can you please check the window? This is not at all what happens in our real life, guys.
And As is going to use, because prestidigitation lets you do minor things. I'm just going to claim he uses magic and click. And then all of a sudden, he'll use some teleconnect, projectile, or something like that, and just kind of pull on the door handle and, it's locked. Okay. I'm not getting out of bed.
All right. No, I get it. It's fine. It's fine.
If you want to check it more than that, you can get up. I need to send a message.
Thank you. And then she rolls over and just kind of like curls into Bruce and gives him little squitches and kind of messes with his big drippy face.
And as will send the message he will cast Dream Message and send the message that you requested to Farmer Magdalene, and you will have to wait to find out what happens with that. You can't respond in that message.
Doesn't Az know though when it's received?
Yes, Az will be able to tell you in the morning if it's been received.
Okay.
Roll a perception check. As you sleep here in your bed.
Can Bruce roll a perception check too?
I will let you can choose to roll with Bruce's stats or your stats.
Let me look at his stats really quick. Where is his perception?
Generally towards top.
No, legit, where's his perception? AC 23, strength, con, dex, wisdom, charisma. Saving throws. He doesn't have a perception.
Yeah?
Yeah. Please hold for station identification while we try to figure out Bruce's stats.
Well, then I'd recommend use yours.
Okay, I'm using my stats. Okay. Give me back my dog's pepper.
See, I'm just looking. You go ahead and roll.
Hero point. Using my last hero point. Oh, Matt, our walking Pathfinder dictionary said you can use wisdom level +2.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ooh, that's much better. That's an 18 plus 13 is a 31.
31. As you sleep during the night.
You're about to say nothing happens, aren't you?
You hear nothing but the sounds of Az and Bruce's breathing as you sleep restfully through the night.
I just threw mini dice at
Nothing
him.
keeps things more interesting than making your player roll at times when...
You suck. It's fine.
By the way, you got 5 kills from Scare to Death tonight.
Well, that's exciting. I have no idea what that game is. It's fine.
But you sleep through the night. You wake in the morning. I'll be 100% honest. You were going to have a visit in the night from a Morgna. But instead you prompted it in the cathedral.
I did it first.
Yep, you did it first.
Okay, cool. Good.
Apparently it's a legendary intimidation feat.
Oh, that's exciting.
So,
go look it up.
Wake up in the morning, sunlight streaming through the window. What do you want to do today?
I want to snuggle Bruce for a minute.
Okay.
And just a big old head. And we say good morning, darling.
Roll me a reflex save.
Why am I rolling a reflex save now? The frick? Bruce is not going to bite me. Bruce is my baby.
And you don't have any hero points left, so.
Oh, frick. Dang it. I don't have any hero points. Somebody with
what
channel
is it?
points,
What is it?
please give me hero points.
Give it to me. What is it?
It's an 8.
8 plus?
So if it's a reflex, it's a 21.
Okay. You are not able to avoid the licky kisses as he slobbers all over your face in the morning.
Like, Bruce, stop it.
You've got very salty skin. You didn't bathe last night, so he's just wanting your assault lick for your dog.
Assault lick for my dog. Oh, that's gross. All right, fine. Bruce, stop it. Stop it. I'm seeing you stop.
Food? Jerky.
Yes, we did buy jerky, darling. Go wake us up.
Well, he just walks down, like puts two. This is not real life. We don't know about this. He jumps off the bed, which immediately puts him on top. His front two paws on top of on Az's stomach, and as this huge dog kind of trounces down over him.
This is what our Staffordshire Bull Terrier does to Weston every morning to get to me. It's so funny.
So you go. He's out. All right. Anna, what do you want to do today?
I think I would like Az to do the rune thing on my bastard sword.
All right. So he can do one per day.
Okay.
I think you have 2 runes on there.
Yes.
Okay. So we can do 1 per day.
Well, I'm not sure if I really want to do that though.
Okay.
Can we go buy more runes? Can we go get some runes for you to put on
You could.
instead of
You
taking
could go buy,
them
You
off?
could go buy 2 more runes.
Can we go back to the war cage then and see if they have any more?
They'd have those. I mean, those are fairly standard.
Because when we were there before, he didn't have any other runes. 1.
He didn't have any. He had some other types of runes, but he didn't have like you could have bought another potency rune. You could buy another.
Because it's the hold on, what's the runes?
Which technically you'd need 3 runes. You have 3 runes on your sword.
I don't.
Yes, there's a +1. The +1 comes
There's
from.
There's a +1, yeah.
That comes from a potency rune.
It's essentially a heron mark blade.
Yeah, that's a potency rune.
Okay.
Then you have your striking that makes it 2 damage die, and then you have your fire. So there's 3. I could only put 2 on in the days.
Because I think doing the striking, getting a striking rune to put on the bastard sword would be better.
Okay.
Because then I'm not giving up striking power for switching to being able to use one hand.
All right. So you want to do striking and fire, or do you want to do striking and potency and +1 to hit?
I think that the striking and the +1 to hit.
All right. Nope, you could totally do that. So the potency.
Okay. How much money do I even have right now?
35.
So I'm going to go back to the war cage and I want you to do the voice.
It'll be 100 gold. So you get there to the bird cage. And
the bird cage?
Sorry. He's a bird. What can I say?
That is true.
What
are the names of that race? I forgot that.
Oh gosh, I am blanking the bird race in Pathfinder.
I know, I can think of the one in D&D, but not in Pathfinder.
My brain fart is. Why are we both having brain farts on this?
It told you guys, it was a freaking weird night. But yeah, so he's a bird. So we're going to go back to the war cage.
All right. So you head back to the war cage. I believe his name was Chuko.
Yes.
It's like, welcome back. Welcome back. What else can I sell for you?
Hi, Chuko. How are you, dear?
Yeah, how are those runes working out for you?
Perfect. They're absolutely perfect. They're actually
good.
so good that I would like to purchase some additional runes for a different sword.
All right, which ones?
I would like a striking rune and a +1 potency. It's not called +1. Potency rune, please.
I got those. I got those right there. So you're going to pull out those 2 little, again, they look like pieces of small stone or pottery that they're etched on top of. This will run you 100 gold.
Okay, I think that's fine. I'm going to look at Az. Az, is that fine?
Az pulls out the purse.
I'm like, you're the
puts
one
the
with all the
gold
money.
down.
I'm sorry. I gotta go find where I have my money. Where's my money? I don't know where my money is on here.
So
Where's my money on Pathfinder?
I'll show you later, and Az will pay for this one.
Okay. I know I've changed it before.
The communal pot.
Mm-hmm. Party funds!
Party funds. So, you can get a potency and striking.
I found it.
And Az can with his crafting skill. That definitely goes on. Yep, and that's no problem. He can put those on over the next 2 days before you guys go down to the sewers.
Okay,
So
cool.
you can now say that you have along with your great sword, you also have a bastard sword.
Nice.
With a potency rune and a striking rune.
Okay. All right, cool. Awesome. So I wanted to do that, and then I didn't really have anything else that I really wanted to. I was hoping to get a housekeeper hired before we were sent into the depths of the underworld.
Well, it's possible.
So did Maina do something?
You need to go talk to Maina. Which
well,
remember,
she said she was going to come back.
The Hell Knights did also say that they would be they'd be willing to help you out. So you might want to go talk with them as well.
That's true. Yeah, okay, let's go talk to Windstar.
Who?
Windstar.
All right. So you, in the morning, get ready, and then head your way back over into closer to the docks in Old Kintargo, coming up to the now familiar headquarters of the Silver Torrent, the Order of Hell Knights that now just are mercenaries and rescue people.
And friends.
As you walk up, you see, you suddenly hear, oh, hello, good morning. Alma, the cleric of Iomade, is up on the little balcony.
Good morning, dear.
Oh, is everything okay?
Yes, we're just here to speak with Windstar. Is he in?
Yeah, downstairs. In his office, where he generally is.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm going to just kind of walk in do I see Maina anywhere as we're walking back to the room, office?
As you walk back, you do see her, but she is... you walk through the main area, you see a couple of the members there, and then you get back to where the armory and the little office is, and she's actually lounging on her cot there.
I'm going to just kind of point to Maina with Maina!
Hmm?
Did you, come here.
Ah, yes, hello. Oh, and she turns to Aas. Good morning to you.
Oh, my camera's doing weird things again. There we go.
Yeah, we need to move. I think we need to slide.
I know, we need to move the whole thing closer to my face.
Good morning, Maina. It's a pleasure to see you again. Well, I found you to some help with your home.
Yes, Maina. And I'm gonna kind of try to get her attention away from, look at me.
Yeah. Yes, Anna.
So you actually, what was that accent? Sorry. You actually found someone.
Yeah.
Great. When are they coming?
They should be able to. You mentioned that tomorrow or 2 days from now?
2 days.
Yeah, okay. That'll work. So 2 days from now, you would be going down into
the depths of hell, yes. Also known as the sewers.
If they came that morning?
Sure.
And they were able to be there and get things ready for when you come back?
Sure.
That works.
Fine.
Okay.
Was there any money left over?
I told them that they were paid for the month.
Oh. Perfect. That works.
So you don't have to worry about that for a while.
Okay. Nope, that's perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you
My
for taking
pleasure.
care of that for me.
You have such a wonderful house there. These three needed the help too.
Good. I'm glad we were able to assist someone else.
Would you like to know who they are?
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. Details? Me? Not very good.
So you'll have Owen. Oenn. Owen.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out a little notebook from my bag of holding that I have. I'm gonna pull it out.
As pulls out his ink, his quill and.
Owen.
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 No, Oenn.
Oenn.
Owen.
Okay.
Geffen. Geffen.
Okay.
And Pin.
Pin? Like Pin? Like they'll put a pin in it?
Yep.
Pin? Okay.
They don't come up with the most inventive names for slaves generally.
No, I totally understand.
All three of these served in houses back in Cheliax before they got out.
Good.
And so they're well acquainted with what to do in the house.
Are they?
Jeffy is brilliant in the kitchen.
Good. I like to eat. Do you know if he makes key lime pies?
I don't.
Like little ones, like very small.
I can ask. I'm sure you can ask him. I do know that he makes some really good stuff, especially with working with lard. He does great things.
But I have a feeling this is where the conversation needs to stop. So,
well, like you put it in the pan and it fries, and then you throw dough in it.
Yep, it's totally fine. I don't really need to hear about lard, and I just want the beautiful food in front of me for me to eat. It's fine. And yes, this is true to life. This is literally how I act in the kitchen.
I love how in our day of vegetable oil, we forget that generally before now, if you fried anything, it was in animal lard.
I know. It's true.
Great.
Well, thank you very much. And I'm gonna start walking away. And it's like, as you can stay here if you want to, or I'm just gonna go talk to Winstar, and I'm just gonna kind of walk away.
And Az kind of stays there.
Oh my gosh!
A little bit. But then he does
Anna's not jealous at all.
Does come. He does after a moment follow. Winstar is sitting behind his desk. Again, ledgers and stuff.
Before we get totally to Winstar, I'm going to lean over to Az and just be like, should we stop planning a wedding?
I don't understand.
Oh, come on. She gives you bedroom eyes literally every time we've seen you. She's seen you. Like, she gets the dewy thing going on, she blinks a lot, and she flips her hair slightly. I mean, she was practically sitting in your lap the first time she met you. Az?
He kind of
I'm just gonna
we'll talk about this later.
Focus in the face because this is 100% getting you back for the Ulfric situation. We're like, she would like to have your babies.
That is enough talking. We are Winstar. Can we talk?
She's giggling. She's gonna walk in behind you.
And he's like, well, hello. So, how are things going? Did you find out some more?
We actually found out quite a lot. More than I think any of you guys know. And then I conveyed to him all the stuff we learned.
Okay. All of it?
All of it.
All right.
There's going to be nothing held back.
Let's not hold
Anna
back
does not know how to
sensitive.
hold back jacked crap.
Let's just spew all of the stuff that the government types asked us not to spread around.
Why would we keep it secret? Come on.
And Winstar, wow.
I know, right?
Well, I'm glad I brought you two in because that is definitely not in our wheelhouse.
I know. You had offered aid though previously. Is that still on the table?
Definitely. I've talked with the men and I imagine they're not going to let you take too many in with you.
No, probably 2 or 3. But if we take Zagril, then that counts as 4 by himself. So I'm assuming he would be up for it.
Oh yeah, I mean any one of them are willing and hoping to be able to help. So there are quite a few
I would
that
like
are willing to go.
Zagril, please, if he's available.
I'm sure it would be. And so here I will give the player 4 different character sheets.
I got character sheets
that she can pick between them. 2 people to come with her. Oh,
you're not going to let me know who they are? I just get to look at their stats?
No, they know. So the Hell Knight one there, most of the human Hell Knights, those stats work for all of them.
Okay, so
if you want to take
Alma and so we're taking Zagril for sure.
Yeah, so if you wanted to take
Oh, whoa, sorry.
Oh gosh, why am I forgetting my own character's names? Give me 1 second. Let me pull them up.
There's Zagril, Alma.
But if you want to take Leary or you want to take Long Reaver, they're going to be those basic Hell Knight ones.
Longreaver's the one that I fought with.
Yes,
though,
he's the
right?
one that you fought.
And I beat.
Yes.
Okay.
Alma, of course, is the healer from Iomade. You then do have Zagrul, the huge tiefling.
The 7-foot tall tiefling.
You've got Mena, who is a gunslinger class.
She is. I forgot about that.
She's a gunslinger class, but using crossbows.
She's 8. Zargrul's 8. They're gonna be better than we are. But
And then there will be one other that I haven't had a chance to throw together. There is a dwarf that is a ranger.
Okay. Looking at Az, I am gonna ask him. Do you feel like we need an actual cleric? Not that you're not an actual cleric, but like you kind of split. You're like, should we have? I mean, Alma's a dedicated cleric. If she came with us, she might be able to relieve some of that burden of keeping us alive.
That is possible. I mean, I generally have more healing spells than I use in a day. But we also have more people with us. However, are there skills that we lack that neither of us have that might be of value?
As long as Mena can keep her hands to herself, she'd probably be perfect. If she's a gunslinger. As says her personnel file that was just handed to us by her boss.
Yes, he hands her the personnel files.
There are no HIPAA violations here.
Oh.
Just books being knocked off the table.
Lots of them.
Okay. So she has 3 reactions? Hey, frick. For our viewing audience who can't see the piece of paper I'm looking at right now, Mena has Fake Out, Grit and Tenacity, and Hunter's Arrowhead. All 3 are reactions.
So you will have the next... We're not going to get into the sewer tonight, so you will have the next week to read through all of these.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Because next week we are hosting the...
Yes, next week you will be on a charity stream for Bards and Brew. So you're going to have 2 weeks to read through these, get used to them, decide who you want, and then use them in combat. You should also look at like the normal Hell Knights have got some really great stuff for knocking people down, combat maneuvers. These are full characters that you can decide which one you think would be a good fit for Ana.
I get to hire some people, you
Yep,
guys.
you get to hire some people.
That's going to be fun. Well, I know I want Zargrul.
So,
Just from an RP and character standpoint, she's going to want Zargrul to be
Yep.
there.
Surely.
Because he's a tiefling who didn't scoff at the fact that she had little horns.
Mm-hmm.
She had baby horns.
So, yeah, so you've got runes being put on.
Mm-hmm.
Each of them also will come with 2 healing potions.
Each of the runes or the...
No, each of the Hell
Hell
Knights.
Knights? Okay.
Each of the Hell Knights will have 2 healing potions on them.
Superior?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not giving you top shelf. Come on.
I was wondering.
But I actually... So you will have those runes put on, 2 Hell Knights to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you'll want to do before you head down into the sewers? Before Arthur comes to collect you?
I don't think so. I'm feeling like this is a trick question and I'm
Not
supposed
really.
to remember something. No?
No, there's no trick question.
I don't think so. I think as long as we've got the runes on it and then we've got everybody that we want with us at the time that they come, then I think it's fine. Probably. Sorry, I'm speaking very quiet. No, so yeah, I don't think there's anything else I wanted to do.
All right. Then we are going to end the session here tonight.
You guys that wanted to get in the sewers and whack something. It's funny. Okay, so how long have we been playing now? We started playing Pathfinder in September of last year and began playing consistently every week since April
Yep.
of this year. And it has taken me 6 months to get into combat and like actually genuinely enjoy it. And now I am way more than I used to be like, I want to whack something with my sword.
Well, I was all prepped for us to whack something with sword.
I know, you made a thing and I can't look at it because it's hidden.
Yep. But next week there will be lots of things. I got some sweet stuff. It is going to get intense, but I'm not jumping into that at 11:15 at night.
No. With
Plus,
how long
I think you'll need the 2 weeks to go through your Hell Knight, your Silver Torrent.
Yeah.
I will also get you the Rangers skill sheet so you can take a look at their skills. And then
cool.
you will make your pick of what NPCs we will be coming with us on this trip.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Okay, so for our viewing audience, we are not going to be live with our show on Friday of next week. We are still doing Tabletop Terrain Talks on Monday. We're going to be doing TTRPG news with the kind of the roundup of the big stories of the past week. So come hang out with us on Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But next Friday is actually a hosted stream of Bards and Brews, their charity stream. I'm trying to remember exactly what it's called, but it's a stream with quite a few of us from the TTRPG space, and we are going to be playing D&D 5th edition, and it's essentially going to be a death match. We are raising charity for a hospital that a hospital system, or like a chain of hospitals that are children's hospitals, and they're really wonderful. I personally have a strong connection with children's hospitals. My nephew died a week before his first birthday, and we spent a lot of time at children's hospitals right before his death, and I actually had the very strange opportunity to be there when he died, which was an experience. So we have I have a very special place in my heart for children's hospitals. So we are going to be hosting that stream here, but it's going to be over at the Bards and Brews, Bards and Brews channel. Brain, words, frick. So that's going to be next Friday, but we will still be here on Monday. So come hang out with us and hear about the news and what our main topic of conversation is, which we will be announcing tomorrow. I'm trying to be better at announcing things before the day of.
So I am going to give our audience, though, a real quick sneak peek. Yeah, hold in front of your camera.
Oh, Julian, I'm glad that you like it. We've been doing TTRPG news for a hot second.
There's a little sneak peek of the smallest room in the sewer.
Here, let me kind of angle it a little bit too, so you can kind of see.
Smallest room in the sewer that she's gonna have to go into.
Oh my
so
gosh,
there's
you
just
guys, look at that.
This is the smallest and least crazy.
Oh my gosh.
One, but
did you see that green gook? That green gook was really cool.
It's green gook.
Green
with
gook.
the light underneath it.
You put light on underneath it?
You don't notice?
Okay, that is so cool.
Glowing green gook
gosh.
in the sewers. It is going to be nasty. It is going to be crazy.
It's going to be fun as hell. I'm really excited. He's been working on this terrain for like 3 weeks.
Well, I'm going to tell you all one thing. This is technically Hayley's first dungeon crawl.
It is. Oh my gosh.
This is not a huge necessarily, but this is your first dungeon crawl, Hayley. So 2 weeks from now, everyone needs to come for Hayley's first dungeon crawl.
Please come and bring your friends and some popcorn.
Because it's going to be
very fun. There might be dice flying everywhere.
Especially if you do end up picking Mayna to be there, and her little comments are going to be classic.
Oh no, she's gonna be fun. Anyway, so that's gonna be in 2 weeks when we finally get to when my camera chooses to focus on my face and not on random things. So that'll be in 2 weeks. Super excited. But yes, we've been doing TTRPG news now for about a month and a half, and it is probably one of the funnest things that we get to do. So if you have the chance, come hang out with us on Monday at 8:30. We are incredibly interactive with chat. We are like, when we do this actual play, we try really hard not to be
To
super
stay
interactive.
more in the game.
Tonight was really weird. I just couldn't focus. But we love to interact with you guys, and we have a main topic of conversation, and we have a couple of guests that are not coming this next week, but we have Jake at Game Gear Master is going to be coming on, who was the creator of the Traino system that we use for our terrain.
So next week you can come in 2 weeks. Come and see the terrain I've got built, and you'll be pleasantly surprised.
It's going to be super fun. It's going to be super fun. But then we have some other guests that we are working on getting lined up, like dice makers and miniature painters and things like that. They're going to be super fun to be able to talk with. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you don't already follow our channel, please follow.
And subscribe.
And subscribe if you feel so inclined. If you have an Amazon Prime account, then you can have a free channel subscription. You can hang out and subscribe to us. Also,
I know we have a lot of people who are here now that weren't here earlier. Do you want to show your stuff from the coffee shop?
Oh yes, so we have a coffee. It's a ko-fi.com/party-of-2rpg, and we sell in there. It's a limited time. This is basically only for the Christmas season, but we are selling little stocking stuffers that I make. If it will focus, there we go. These are little magnets. There's a 20, a 1, and a cute little dragon. And I hand make these little things. They're fun.
And then we have the coasters.
We have our D20 coasters, which is like the perfect thing for your gaming table to have. They come in sets of 4, 100% bamboo wood with vinyl. So if you want to go to ko-fi.com/party-of-2rpg, then you can get it, and I'll put it in the chat really quick.
Yep, throw that in the chat real quick.
In case you want it anyway. So yeah, I hope you guys had some fun Black Friday deals. I went a little bit crazy with some online deals that I was super excited about. So, look, I'm a crafter. And when bundles of SVG crafting things go on sale for my cricket, I have to buy them.
Yes, you do. All right. Well, we will let everyone thank you so much for being here tonight.
Seriously, you guys, thank you.
On this Black Friday. It's been a real pleasure. And definitely come back next week. 2 weeks from now is going to get crazy. And next week, definitely go for the charity show.
And just come chill with us next Monday.
Yep.
Just come hang out.
We'll have a fun conversation. We'll have some news.
You can grab a drink. We'll have our Diet Cokes. We'll all just enjoy life together.
All right. Well, I think that is it for the night.
I'm just shocked that we still have 15 viewers. How is this happening right now?
Because they're all awesome viewers.
Guys.
We love you all.
Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for hanging out with us. And should we...
Do we want to raid?
Should we try raiding? Okay,
Who wants to raid?
I'm going to tell the truth here, everyone. I've had a hard time with raiding.
We are afraid to raid now. We have been burned by the raid in the past.
But we are going to attempt to raid. So let's see who is there right now for us to
Who is there?
raid.
Is Ink and Liar still doing something? They're probably off by now.
I'm not seeing anyone.
Nobody's live right now? We're it? That's why you guys are all here. There's nobody else to watch.
Yeah, the only person of the ones I'm following is Captain Robert for Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, I guess we're not raiding.
I guess we're not raiding tonight because I know they're just
they're doing a rerun right now, probably.
Well, then I guess you all have a wonderful Black Friday. Go buy something really cheap and awesome. Happy holidays to you. We're so thankful. One of the things I'm thankful for at Thanksgiving is for all of you.
And we're being super cheesy, but that is very, very true. We really do care about our audience and our viewers. You guys are awesome.
So VODs again are available on YouTube on Tuesday. Come here on Monday for TTRPG news and discussion. Yep. If you have not followed us on Twitter, definitely go follow so that way you can find out what the discussion topic is.
Yes, we announce it on Twitter, and any announcements for the show is done on Twitter at Party of 2 RPG Live, or on my personal Twitter, which I am significantly more active on, at Hayley M_Bell.
All right. So thank you so very much for being here. And remember, it only takes 2.
Good night, you guys.